What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we have some breaking news coming out as today, President Joe Biden, he joined governors around the nation on a call discussing what's happening right now with the pandemic, and he basically said, we need to do more. This is your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. Now, take a look at this and let me know your thoughts. I find this very interesting. Articles coming out like this now. Biden, the next steps in fighting the pandemic have to be taken at a state level. And he said, my message to the governors is simple. If you need something, say something. The president said, saying, listen, I'll support you on a federal level, but we need to break it down on a state level and let me know what your needs are, and I will support you, but you need to vocalize them to me, what it is that your state residents need. Now, I've got the video footage so you can hear it directly from the president for yourself, but I find this very interesting because here on the channel, I've heard a lot of people vocalize their disapproval with the handling of how governors have worked with their funds, their federal funds to distribute to state residents, saying they wish that they would do more. We also have several people that have let me know that they feel like their state governors have done a good job and they wish the federal government would provide stimulus provisions the same way the state has in the form of maybe a fourth federal level stimulus check, as people are still calling for that, saying, hey, we need more stimulus provisions. Now, this is all very interesting because while this is happening, he's saying on a state level, on a federal level, they're working through the Build Back Better bill right now. And take a look at this, you guys. GOP lawmakers are opening the door to funding bills to combat the Omicron variant. So now members of Congress are starting to acknowledge the fact that we are still in the middle of this pandemic and more stimulus provisions, stimulus packages, maybe stimulus checks might still be needed. Now, we will see, and I'll keep you up to date as they're still trying to get that one moderate centrist Democratic senator on board, Senator Joe Manchin, and they need every single Democratic senator to vote in favor of this to pass it through with a majority vote, the process of reconciliation, and just one can stop the entire thing. And right now, Senator Joe Manchin is that one stopping this entire bill. Now, we're going to be seeing what's going to be unfolding with that. But you guys, while that's happening, we have progressive Democrats saying, listen, we don't just need Build Back Better. There's not enough provisions in there. We need more. As a matter of fact, we need another stimulus package in 2022, and we need to bring back stimulus provisions of past stimulus packages, including a fourth federal level stimulus check, unemployment extensions, all of those provisions that people still need as we are still battling this pandemic and people still need stimulus financial aid and support. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. There's a lot of conservative Democrats and Republicans that are saying, no, stop the provisions, stop the stimulus, debt and inflation are out of control. We need to hit the pause button. But we've got Democrats saying, no, we're still in the thick of this pandemic and people still need the support. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But we also have some video footage from Jamaal Bowman, the representative that is making the push for the new stimulus package, saying we need more provisions. Now, we will see. We also have progressives saying, President Joe Biden, forget Joe Manchin, forget legislation, pass it via executive order and executive action. Just get it done to provide provisions to people at this time. Now, we will see what unfolds. There is a lot of moving pieces happening right now in Congress with stimulus and the pandemic. But you guys, I've got the video footage for you of what he had to say, and he's encouraging governors to start doing stuff on a state level. And also, like I said, we've got Representative Jamaal Bowman and his thoughts on Build Back Better, Joe Manchin, and where things stand with stimulus. So you guys, we're going to dive right in. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as to what's unfolding today, breaking news coming out, and what Joe Biden had to say. But first up, just wanted to say thank you for all the support on that second channel, Steve Ram Finance. And if you're somebody that's interested in growing wealth and learning about personal finance, you guys, I'm really excited to share with you what I've learned over the past several years that have managed to set me and my family totally financially free. My wife stays home and takes care of our kids. Now I am totally free. I don't have to work anymore. I'm able to do uploads every day on YouTube and do with my time what I want. And I was able to do this by launching businesses and investing in real estate, flipping houses, getting rentals. And I'm going to be sharing with you just some of the things that I've learned over the years in investing in real estate, stocks, crypto, launching businesses. I'm also very interested in learning about the metaverse, and we're going to be doing videos and content on that. And I hope it really helps out a lot of people. I know a lot of people have experienced financial devastation over the last 2 years from the pandemic, and a lot of people are starting over, and that is the time to do it. If you've been interested in changing everything, that's when to do it. That's when I did 10 years ago with the recession, and the last 10 years have been financially transformative for our lives. And I hope that it helps. I know it's hard to get good information out there, so hopefully this will help out a lot of people. So you guys, if you're interested, I'm going to pin a comment down below. All you got to do is click the link, go subscribe, turn on notifications, and be launching here very soon. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this video footage, get you caught up on economic news, breaking news happening today, and let's start off with what Representative Jamaal Bowman had to say on Build Back Better and Joe Manchin passing more stimulus. And then let's take a look at what President Joe Biden had to say today. The breaking news saying states, they need to do more and they will get the support of the federal government to help out people. Let's go ahead and dive right in.
So what is your view here? Is Build Back Better dead?
No, it's not dead. We always live to fight another day. I think Senator Manchin was playing bad cop and trying to negotiate in public. It's really unfortunate because Senator Manchin is more responsive to his donors and special interests than he is to the people of West Virginia. I mean, West Virginia has the 7th highest child poverty rate in the country and one of the highest poverty rates overall, and has one of the worst climates in the country as well. And Build Back Better deals directly with those issues. We have to decide what kind of country we want to be. Are we going to be the multiracial democracy that centers women, children, and our seniors? Or are we going to keep the old patriarchy going that Joe Manchin represents?
It seems like some folks are saying it was just too big, right?
I'm in the camp that it's not big enough. And why are we saying it's too big when it was completely paid for? The Build Back Better Act was completely paid for. They asked for a CBO score. It was given. It's paid for. Actually, it takes away from the deficit over 10 years. This would be the largest social spending bill that we've had in U.S. history. Right. We've left women and people of color behind historically, and we cannot do that again.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts. Representative Jamaal Bowman saying we need to do more, and saying that the Build Back Better, the CBO score said that it was paid for, which is kind of true, kind of not. We actually got the representation over the course of the next 10 years, and it said that it was actually going to be adding to the deficit around like 4 or 5 trillion if provisions were extended out. And we heard progressives say and acknowledge that that's what they'd like to do. They just want to introduce these for a limited amount of time and then hope that people will want to adopt them and continue them and then extend them out even further. So it technically is not, going to add to the debt a lot. But if provisions are extended out, we're hearing it could be significantly more expensive, specifically that child tax credit, which we heard them say is in West Virginia something that is needed. They said that it's the top 7 in poverty in the nation, West Virginia. So we will see. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. But also today we heard Joe Biden say more needs to be done as the Omicron variant is ramping up and spreading around the nation. Even I and my family have it right now, and we're doing very well. Thanks for the well wishes. But take a look, you guys, at what Joe Biden had to say today.
We've discussed the rising COVID cases, especially coming out of the holidays. And as I said last week, Omicron is a source of concern, but it should not be a source of panic. If you're fully vaccinated, you get your booster shot, and you're highly protected. If you're unvaccinated, you're at a high risk of getting severely ill from COVID-19, being hospitalized, and in rare cases, even dying. And this is not like March of 2020, the beginning of the pandemic. We're prepared and we know what it takes to save lives, protect people, and keep schools and businesses open. We just have to stay focused and continue to work together. My message to the governor is simple. If you need something, say something. And we're going to have your back in any way we can. Last week, we took steps to bolster support for you with number 1, more capacity to get shots in arms. With more places, more vaccinators, more times for folks to get vaccinated or get a booster shot. And we've added appointments for booster shots, adding hours, getting more convenient to get a booster every day. The second thing we're doing is more testing. Seeing how tough it was for some folks to get a test this weekend shows that we have more work to do, and we're doing it. First, let's talk about how we got here. When I took office we were 10 months into the pandemic, and even so, we had zero over-the-counter home tests in the United States, none. And if you wanted to get one, get a test, you had to go to a clinic or a drugstore to have someone give you the test. And there were very few places to go. So we got to work. We quadrupled the number of pharmacies offering a free test. And there are now more than 20,000 places where you can get tested for free. At many locations, you can book an appointment online in advance to minimize your wait. We've worked with Google, so you can now search COVID test near me on Google to find a location. And now I know the lines have gotten very long in some states. That's why I ordered FEMA to set up pop-up sites in places with high demand to shorten the wait. We stood up 6 new sites in New York City in 5 days, and there are more coming. For over-the-counter at-home tests, as I said, there were none when we took office. None. Now we have 8 on the market, and just 3 days ago, another test was cleared. We went from no over-the-counter tests in January to 46 million in October, 100 million in November, and almost 200 million in December. But it's not enough. It's clearly not enough. If we'd known, we would have gone harder, quicker if we could have.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. President Biden saying that it's not enough. More needs to be done as we're still battling with this pandemic. And as we mentioned, as this Omicron variant is spreading and ramping up and we're seeing new all-time high cases, you could see the state-by-state highs over the past 2 weeks. We're hearing more stimulus provisions might be needed, and we will see if that takes place on state levels as well as state stimulus checks, city stimulus checks. Various stimulus packages are taking place around the nation, and I'm keeping you guys up to date on those as well here on the channel. And if you missed my last video, be sure to check it out as I give you an update on that as well. And some of the biggest stimulus provisions we have seen so far are coming out right now on state levels, you guys. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining me. As always, if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Just takes a second, really helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, totally free to come join the Ram fam. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And if you're interested in growing wealth and learning about personal finance, really excited to share with you guys some of the things that I've learned over the last couple years. All you got to do is click the link that's pinned below in the comments, go subscribe, turn on notifications, and I think that's going to be really helping out a lot of people, you guys. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. Have a blessed New Year's. This is Steve.